Huh, this road's blocked off.
Yes, sir, it's a turnpike.
What in the world is a turnpike?
It's a private road that goes all the way down to the factory systems without any traffic.
So why is it private?
Because it's usually used by the rich and wealthy that pay to get through.
I have to pay for access for this road?
Yes, sir, you won't have any traffic.
How much?
Just only $2.
And it'll make my trip quicker?
Yes, sir. See you next time.
All right.
We're here with John Williams of Williams Cloth Industries, and we were able to get him in for a little interview today about his factory. Our first question today is, what are the common working conditions in your factory?
Most working conditions in my factory have smoke in the air. The workers work with unprotected machinery, which has open trades that can cut fingers off. They work long hours for little pay, and they only get one day off, which is Sunday, and that's spent at church. It's really loud and it's really hot in my factory.
The next question is, how is your factory funded?
My factory is funded by capital, which is money invested into my company, and most of that capital is invested from wealthy merchants or most of the first class.
Our next question is, how is raw material made into finished products in your factory?
Raw material is made into my finished product at my factory very efficiently. We have people called spinning jennies who spin the wool into the yarn. Then, using the latest technology, which is called power looms, also known as flying shuttles, that turns the yarn into cloth. Then it is ready to be dyed and dried into the finished product.
What source of energy does your factory run off of?
The factory that I run is water powered. It gets its source of water from the canal outside of my factory, and it runs the water up through the pipes, which goes above the workers' heads and attached to the roof of the factory.
Last question of the day is, how do you import and export your finished materials?
My finished materials are imported on the newly improved railroads, which are right outside of our factory, and we also use private roads like turnpikes, and with the latest technology of steamboats on man-made canals.
At the first of 3 houses of the putting out system, the owners need to shave the lamb to get all the wool off the lamb. After this, they need to put all the wool into a big ball of wool and put it in the backyard to wait for the next neighbor to retrieve it and to turn it into yarn. After the first house has shaved the lamb and they have put all the wool into a ball, the second house retrieves it and brings it back to their house. After they brought it back to their house, they now have to manually turn the wool into yarn by weaving it with their own hands. It's a lot more difficult to do it manually because you don't have the help of machines than they have in the factory system. After this, they go to the third house and they will turn the yarn into clothes. Now after the second house has turned the wool into yarn, the third house now retrieves it so that they can turn it into cloth. After the wives have turned it into cloth, they will now give it to their husbands to where they will sell it in their shops. After they sold it in their shops, the person who bought the product will usually turn it into clothes for the family. Now with the factory system, they can do all these steps under one roof, and it is a lot more efficient and a lot quicker, which is also the cause for a lot more money. So the putting out system doesn't really happen anymore. Instead of doing it the old-fashioned way and simply just throwing out seeds wherever you feel like, we now do it the more new efficient way of using the seed drill, which is a new invention that will cause plants to grow to their maximum capacity. The way the seed drill works is that it evenly spreads out the seeds throughout your plantation. By doing this, each seed will be able to get the right amount of nutrients so that plants will be able to grow to maximum height and potential.